How you doing, man? You came into the season, and I know that the athletic staff doesn't want to publish this or talk a lot about it, but you were banged up even just coming into the year, right?
Yeah, correct. I've been having some hip problems over the past couple of months, but thanks to Lynn, our training staff, they're able to work with me every day, and they've been really good with that and keep me on the field.
See, I'm surprised to hear that you're banged up, because when I watch you, you're involved in every single play, whether it's a passing play or a running play. The thing about the safety position, why it's so fun at the college level, is you really get to do both. You come up on run support, you're involved in the running attack, coming up and making plays there, and you're also in pass coverage too. It's got to be a lot of fun what you're doing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely – I played a lot of positions in my career through high school and all that stuff. And safety is definitely one of my favorites. So no matter what the play is, you're always involved in what's going on, and that's the best part. So
what were some of the other positions?
Growing up, I played a little bit of everything. I played quarterback at one point. I played a lot of linebacker growing up. It wasn't until varsity football I actually played safety for the first time, played defense. I was mainly a running back or wide receiver all through high school. So I really, junior year of high school was the first time I ever played safety, and that's when I kind of fell in love with it and kind of got a connection with it.
When you came to Hillsdale, did you expect to be a safety, or was it an open question?
No, that was part of the recruiting process. I came off right off the bat asking, people want me to play wide receiver or safety, and they told me that 100% I was going to play safety for them. So that's what they told me. I came in actually first week, and they told me I was playing corner. That only lasted a week, so thankful for that. But yeah, I was definitely playing defense.
For the people listening at home that love the game, how do the coaches decide where to put you guys? Coach Blanchard told me a few years ago, I take all the studs and put them on defense because we need the fire-breathing athletes on that side of the ball in the GLIAC conference. But, how do they decide whether you're going to be a corner or a safety? What are they looking for?
You know what? I would love to answer that question for you, but like I said, coming in, I never played corner for my life, and they put me at corner to try me out. I guess really it's almost what you need position-wise.
Right.
And if you're athletic enough to play corner, then they're going to try you out. But every position is just whatever the need and what you need to fill.
Tim Moinet was a freshman in 2011, and you came right on the scene. You played in 6 games as a freshman. You earned your way onto the field as part of the team's secondary. And what was it like freshman year? You get thrown right out there in GLIAC competition, I think the best Division II conference in the country. It's got to be a big jump, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a huge jump. The speed, the whole physical nature of it was just completely different from high school. And that's why I'm kind of glad I was able to get those, slowly work into it freshman year instead of just being thrown into it.
Did we still have Hickson?
Yeah, we still had Hickson.
So you got to play with Nick,
Joe Veer, all those guys.
Yeah.
So, it was a great learning experience for me. So, yeah, that part, it was definitely had to spin in for school plays, that's for sure, but it was nice.
You talk about guys earning scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Hickson was your shutdown corner. He was your third down receiver. He returns kicks. He probably helped out with equipment. The guy, you talk about earning your scholarship. Yeah. He was involved in every phase of the game. Do you ever have a dream of lining up outside and maybe catching a pass or something like that?
I go to Coach Bo every single day. Coach, you got to throw me out there, man. You got slot receiver, whatever you need to put, I'll play it, dude. Wildcat, I can do it. So, I talk to him every day, but I don't think he's taking me too seriously right now.
Well, they put Hickson out there.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Third down, he only did third down, so he wasn't getting a ton of reps over there. He's so valuable defensively, but if you got a weapon, why not at least consider it? And it's happened before. Oh, yeah. Last year, honorable mention all GLIAC. You led all players in the secondary with 64 tackles on the season. You had a 22-yard fumble return that led to a touchdown against Grand Valley State, which had to be a huge moment for you. What do you remember about that?
It was a big play for us as a defense. It was, I think it was almost third down. They were on our 1 or 2 yard line, so the goal line stand for us. And I had a run play to our weak side, and the ball happened to pop in the air and land in my arms. So it was definitely a big changing moment for us, gave us some momentum back as they're about to score. So to keep them off the board and having our offense be able to turn down the field and score was just huge momentum for us.
Tim Moinet's a captain. He's a senior safety for the Hillsdale College Football team. Last year he was an honorable mention all GLIAC selection. I think he'll be even better than that this year, and we'll get into his numbers for this season in a minute. Last year you were a Defensive Player of the Week one week. Another week you were the one-play warrior. So the coaching staff, they have different challenges or awards every single week, right? How does that work?
Every single week we have, there's your Offensive Player of the Week and Defensive Player of the Week. That's kind of a given. But we also have what's called our EPEP award. was every play, which kind of combines the whole offensive defense position with your special teams and just kind of your effort overall. So that's kind of a big word for us. And then we have our special teams player of the week as well. And that's just by your grade. And we have great grade every single week of a power score with your tackles and all that kind of stuff. And the coaches collectively come together and choose those players based off your grades.
Tim Moinet is with us right now. He's the leading tackler on the Chargers this year. He has 63 tackles. You had 66 last year, so you've almost eclipsed that through 8 games this year. You have 3 more to go. You have 3 picks this year, too. And also, just rock steady, helping to get people in the right formation and all the rest of it. You guys go through so much work during the week. Are you ever surprised by a formation or a look that you see, or are you always ready for whatever comes?
It's very rare that we're surprised by formation. Coach Blanchard gets us prepared every single week with a ton of film study. We're doing film, I feel, for hours every day, which pays off, I feel like, dividends in the game. And like I said, it's really rare that when we come to game day we have communication errors because we're so ready. And then I feel like communicating with my linebacker, my corner, we're always just focused and ready to go. So it's really rare that we're surprised on that.
There's a moment I want to ask you about from Saturday. Mark LaPrairie comes out early in the game, obviously hobbled. CJ comes in for a couple of plays. Mark comes right back in and tries to play. He goes out again in the fourth quarter. CJ comes in. CJ Mifsud, whose big brother was the starting quarterback for a couple of seasons, he's out there and actually led the team down the field for a touchdown. What did the rest of the team think about CJ's performance? I mean, here's a guy who hasn't played hardly at all this season in a game, to have put in the time and have been that prepared for when his number got called in that game. I was impressed by that. What did the team think about it, and what did you think of his performance?
Right. I mean, I was extremely impressed. Like Otter always preaches to us, it's about the next man up.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter if you're second string, third string, you've got to be extremely focused and prepared in every single practice. And seeing him, I mean, we've seen him all camp, all year, and we've seen his throws, we've seen his arm. He's got a big arm, and he's made those plays every single week. So be able to see him out there making those plays, it was almost a relief for us because he actually got that chance to show what he can do, and we were all happy for him and impressed. And it was one of those guys that he's a leader and we can follow him, and it was really nice seeing him go out there and do that kind of stuff.
One of the disappointing things about the season, besides the record at 2-6 right now, is the suspensions. We haven't dwelled on it. I don't talk about it a lot. Kids make mistakes, and some kids made some mistakes on your team. As one of the captains on this team and one of the seniors, how did you handle that? What was the mood of the team when you found out what had happened, and how did you kind of work through that suspension period with 9 of your teammates?
Right. As captains, we came together as soon as we found out, and we were talking about it, and we were really worried about the whole team morale of them, people getting down, because we lost there's some big names that we lost or whatever, and we were really worried about people kind of let that get to the best of them. So right off the bat, we had a team meeting with the guys and say, like I said earlier, with the next guy up, we got to keep that energy going. We have big players and backup positions around who make plays. And I was extremely impressed with our team. Just day one practice, coming right out, and everyone, second string guys, come up making plays. And there was no one's ever down about the situation. Everyone was upbeat about it. Everyone was doing their job, and that was just a relief for us as captains because it would have made our job way easier. So that was a really nice thing to see for us.
How did the guys come back? I mean, they were able to play last week. John was back out there. Shrebernak was back out there. Were they welcomed back right away? What was the atmosphere like when they returned from the suspension?
I mean, we're a family, so when they came back, I mean, there was no grudges with them.
Cool.
They came back, they apologized to the team, and they felt bad. So we welcome with open arms. They're our brothers, and we treated it that way.
You could tell on the field. I mean, there seemed to be no hangover at all with any of that, and it was really smooth. Tim Moinet is the captain of the Hillsdale College Charger football team. They've got a game on Saturday against Saginaw Valley State University. 3 games left. I think it's about time we have back-to-back home games, don't you?
I'm done with these road games.
Doesn't it feel like we've been on the road like the entire season?
All season.
Yeah.
So many bus rides.
Yeah. Oh, you got to be. No kidding there. And now the Oakley's closing. What are you going to do?
I've been asking that question all week. Haven't got an answer yet.
We've got another road game up in Wayne State in a couple weeks.
We
Sid, come on, make us some sandwiches for heaven's sakes.
Please.
In a couple of weeks. A couple of guys I want to ask you about. Jay Rose is a true freshman. You talked about your transition, playing in 6 games as a freshman. Jay Rose is out there playing middle linebacker right now, and that's a demanding position, no doubt about that. But with all of the injuries, he's had to kind of step up. And what have you thought about his maturation process this year?
I've been extremely impressed with Jay. Coming in, I didn't know a whole much about him, and Drew was our major guy the first couple games till he got hurt. So with a freak injury like Drew had, Jay coming in, everyone had their doubts. We haven't seen him play that much at all, especially in a game experience. And like me, like I told you, that first game for me was such a transition.
Right.
And being forced into a starting role at middle linebacker where you're the heart of the defense. Yeah, there's some worries there, but he stepped in right away and has been a playmaker every single week. He's always been there to do his job and fill his gap. And I think it says a lot to him, says a lot to his coach, and I think it says a lot to the players around him. His outside linebackers kind of keeping him in check and helping him do his job.
I'm a huge fan of number 17 on the outside. I think over 4 years you can't ask a kid to make more big plays than Daniel Pittman has made. Interceptions, key moments on defense. He's a physical guy over there on the corner and also can play the ball really well. He's been your running mate now for a while. What about number 17?
Oh, me and Dan go way back. We were roommates freshman year. Yeah, we kind of went through the whole transition phase together. The true freshman year, and neither got redshirts. We both got thrown into it. Like I said, we've been roommates the past 4 years. 20%. We're together all the time, and he's a rock out there. He's been one of those guys you can always count on to do his job. And whenever in a big play, he's there to make it and step up. So it's nice to have him as a leader out there.
What keeps you going? I mean, you say you have a serious hip injury that you tried to play through. Obviously, the training staff working with you, and anybody who's had a hip injury before, you feel that all the time especially when you're trying to run or do anything in an athletic way out on a football field. How are you able to keep going? I mean, it's so demanding. The pounding that you guys take every single week is incredible. I don't think a lot of people understand the pounding you guys take. What keeps you on the field every week? How are you able to get yourself in shape and healthy enough to play, and what motivates you to go out there each and every Saturday?
Right. I mean, it's just a passion for the game, and it's one thing. I had the option back in camp to get redshirt because of the injury. But when I thought about it, there's no way. I mean, just playing for your brothers is the biggest thing in the world. Yeah, we're out there to play football, we're out there to have fun, but at the same time, I mean, your biggest motivation is not to let your brothers down on the team. So that was the biggest thing for me, is that when I had that decision to sit out this year or play, it's just like, no, I have to be out there for my brothers. So, I mean, yeah, it hurts, but you go out there and everyone's in pain right now. It's a family. We're all working through it together. So that is just, we all kind of keep each other up. We keep going, and that was the biggest thing, is playing for our teammates.
Yeah, for sure. Tim Moinet is a captain of the Hillsdale College Chargers, 2-6 right now. And as a senior, every year we go to the banquet and the guys reflect on their careers and on the season. And you hate to have a losing record your senior year. I know that's personal for you. You guys set out to not let that happen this year, and there have been so many obstacles this year, so many injuries. We mentioned the suspensions, some really tough losses, and some bad luck along the way. How do you, obviously you're not done yet, you have 3 games left. How do you kind of take that all in stride and keep going and be positive, as you have had some struggles this year?
Right. I guess the biggest thing is, one thing Coach Blanchard, my position coach, preaches to us every year, is that you can't control the whole game. You can only control what you do. So that's been my goal all year, is that I can control myself as a leader. I control my actions. So every single play, it doesn't matter if we're down by 42, for a 3-point game, we're up by 42. I'm going to give my best. At the end of the day, if we lose for 2-6, for undefeated, I know I did my best and had a good time doing it. So that was the biggest thing for me this entire year, is that, yeah, we're having a losing season right now, but I mean, me and then talking to my nephew, the other safety, at the end of the game, hey, we just talked to each other, hey, we had fun today, we did our job. And that's the biggest part of playing the game.
You still get to go play college football, which is pretty cool.
That's right. Exactly. I'm playing football on Saturdays, so I'm not complaining.
I love the outlook, man. I really do. Tim Moinet joining us. You get called Moinet at every stadium. Do you get sick of that, or are you just kind of like, you're used to it now?
I'm used to it. It's technically how it is pronounced, the whole French way. But
I called you Moinet like your freshman year, I think.
Everyone did. I kind of let it slide for a little bit, but then the second year came around, okay, guys, this is how it really is.
It's Moinet. It's not hard to say.
No. Yeah.
What's next for you? Obviously, you're a senior now. This is it for football as far as a player goes. What's next for Tim Moinet?
I'm going to pursue a career in physical therapy. So we got grad school. Yay. Another 2.5 years of school. So that's my goals right now.
Saginaw Valley State, you get 2 more games at Frank Muddy Waters Stadium in front of your fans and your parents and your family. Those are going to be special days for you, I know. 1 crack at Saginaw Valley and then Northwood. I honestly believe we could run the table the rest of the year. I think that this Charger team is, personally, I feel you're going to go 3-0 the last 3 weeks. That's just my personal belief. Really enjoyed the conversation, Tim. I really enjoyed watching you play. You've been a Charger that has just been a rock-solid, dependable player your whole 4 years. leading the team in tackles this year. I think you're going to get some postseason accolades, and the big thing is hopefully a couple more wins on the record for Hillsdale College before it's all said and done. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tim Moinet from the Chargers, the captain, the senior. You'll see number 24 wreaking havoc on Saturday against the Saginaw Valley Cardinals. We'll be back with more show right after this on the Timeout Show on WCSR.